Okay, so this is a get ready with me, and I used to do these very often. But I used to do like a wake up, makeup, and worship, and pretty much all I do is I just do my makeup, and I just put on worship music, and I just listen to the music, and I do my makeup. Like that is all. I want to make sure people know it's nothing wrong, but sometimes it's good to take a break, you know? Sometimes it's really good to take a break. But in addition to that, I really wanted to I'm going to also use some milk of magnesia for around my nose because that's where I get the most oily. Um but I'm not going to use a lot. Um but sometimes I just feel like you just kind of need a break, and sometimes people don't want to really take a break. They just want to keep on going, but it's like I kind of started to feel like I was living in a virtual reality, and it's like I just feel like I really need to take some time to focus on my family and everything that's going on in my life and um, my business and getting that back off the ground now that we've moved. Um, and I just really want to just do that. I just want to get myself prepped and prepared for all the different and new transitions that um, God is about to do in my life. And the best way to prepare yourself for that is to take some time to like really focus on what is God doing in your life and how things are transitioning and transpiring, and just taking some time to like really focus on all of that. Like I just think that it's very important for us sometimes to take a break away from the norm and like really focus on yourself. And it's not to be selfish, um, but sometimes those ones who are givers, they know what I'm talking about. But oftentimes you find yourself give, pour. And it's like you're constantly pouring out. And sometimes it's like you lose focus of yourself. You lose focus of encouraging yourself. You lose focus of motivating yourself and inspiring yourself. And I just don't want to be in a place where I'm just so focused on everybody and fixing everything around me that I lose focus on making sure that I'm okay, making sure that I'm healthy, making sure that I'm satisfied, making sure that, okay, you know, Key, what do you want out of life? What more do you want? What could, if the Lord was to ask you, what do you want me to do in your life at this moment? Would you be able to answer? And that's my main thing. I want to always be able to answer when the Lord says something to me or give me direction on something to do. But if you're so busy, you can't hear what He's saying. And sometimes I don't know, sometimes I just find myself being so busy with helping um, that I forget that I need to help myself. And that I forget that if I'm broke down and busted and disgusted and feeling some type of way, I won't be able to help anybody. So I have to take some time, and I think this is going to be something that I'm going to be doing very often from now on, is like maybe taking a week every month um and just fasting and just going in and praying and asking God for direction and all of that. So Yeah, welcome to my chatting, you guys. But I just really think it's very important. That's all I'm saying. That's my main thing. It's just making sure that people get the gist of, you can have a lot going on in your life, but sometimes you just need to make sure that you don't lose focus on the things that are most important to you. And sometimes it takes for you to sit back and readjust, for you to understand that, okay, I'm forgetting something. Something is a little different. What do I? Oh, you got one a little too high. It's okay. I'm gonna clean it up. But learning that you have to take some time. You have to regain focus and regain conscious of your life and what's going on in your life. By the way, check out my cup. Thank God I'm fabulous. How about that? So I just find that to be very necessary. Let me get a little closer, you guys. Um, I just deem that to be very necessary in my life. And because I deem that to be very necessary, y'all look at this little white thing right here. That's that milk of magnesia. Um, but I just really deem that to be necessary in my life. And because I deem that to be necessary in my life, I'm going to make sure that I don't never lose focus on, okay, what's important? What do I need to do from here? What do I need to change? And that's another thing. Like, sometimes you need to take a step back and you just really need to focus on, okay, God, what do you want me to do? And it helps you regain focus on what's important in your life, because He'll show you places where you need to be grateful. But outside of that, that's about it, you guys. Um, yeah, outside of that, that's about it, you guys. Um, my birthday is coming, you guys. I'm super, super duper duper excited. Um, just super duper excited. Sometimes you got to slide back to check them brows out because you got to make sure they're right, y'all. But I have a detailed video on my brows and how I do them and all of that. That you can click on too. And yeah. Okay, so now that that is done, oh, I didn't even show y'all. So, I use the first one that I use is this one right here, which is the NYX, and this is in the color Nutmeg. And then now I'm using the Correct and Cover right here, which is in the color Fair, I believe. And as far as a pencil, I just used any pencil. You could just get any kind of pencil from Dollar General, the Beauty Supply, and I usually use the dark brown or black brown, one or the other is called something. I'm going to use this palette. I'm going to go in with this burnt orange color right here. I'm going to use one of my blending brushes, this one right here. Now I'm going to go in with this one right here, this bright orange one. Same brush. You want to make sure that you're buffing all of that out. And you just want to buff it. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to close that palette, and now I'm going to go in with this palette, and I'm going to use a few colors from out of here. First, I'm going to go in with this broad color right here. It's like a burnt, I want to say it's a mix between a brown and like a burgundy kind of. I'm going to use one of my new brushes, and this is the QE10 brush. And this is one of my brushes from my company. And I'm just gonna focus on the crease right here because I need to make it more bold. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use another brush if I can find it. I think I'm going to use my other new brush, this one right here. And this is the QE16, and this is another brush from my company. So I'm going to use this. I'm opening it. It's a brand new brush, okay? All right, so this is what this one looks like. So it's kind of flat, but it's fluffy flat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in into my I think I'm going to go in with this blue right here first, and then I'm going to switch over to this blue. So I'm going to use this blue, then this blue, and then this teal over top of this blue, and then I'm going to do another color over top of that. So I'm going to go in with this dark blue first, and I'm going to put that in my crease. You see how it's going into the crease already, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just focusing that on the outside area. So like a V shape there. Top, bottom, top, bottom. Now I'm going to take my one brush that I used to do my concealer, and I'm going to use that same brush, and I'm going to buff out that blue. You don't want no harsh lines. And I'm just going to go straight across that top part. See how it buffed it out, and you can see it still? That's what you want. I'm gonna make this one more distinct, so adding a little bit more blue. Buff that out some more. All right. Perfect, I can see it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I have another new color. This is a new one of my eyeshadow colors, and this is the I331 color, and I'm going to use that. And it's like it's like a navy blue, so it's a really 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 dark color. And I'm going to use my other brush, and I don't remember the name or the number of this brush. Hold on, let me tell you. That was the E10, the E10. Let me see. I used the E10, and then I just used the E14. So this is the E16 brush, and it's dirty because I've been using it already. But I'm going to dip that into my color, and this is what it comes in, like a little dish like this, and this is the number there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that into that crease right over top of that blue. And this is a navy blue, so it's going to smoke it a little bit. And this is actually a color that I've been using in a lot of my videos lately, or makeup looks. So I'm going to go on this side. Okay, I need to probably speed up a little bit because we are leaving. Okay, so now that I have that all in there, I'm going to bring it over just a little. Bring it more to the middle, but I'm still fading it because you don't want to have no distinct lines. That's the main thing. Okay, boom. I'm going to take that same brush that I used to blend out my concealer at the top, and I'm going to use that again to merge the two together. Okay, I see that it's a little darker on this side, so I'm going to go back in with that blue, and I'm just going to place some more. Okay, now let me check it more on this middle part right here. That is hard. Same thing on this side. All right, so now that I have that all blended, go back in again with that brush to blend out that concealer and the harshness, because you don't want none of that. Okay, boom. I'm going to put this color away, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my crease, and then I'm going to go in with my other colors so that I can go ahead and get that part done. As far as using, I'm going to actually try the Hinda Beauty concealer today, and this is in the color Granola. And I actually got a sample because I haven't, I'm not sure about it yet. So I'm just going to use just a little tiny bit.
With Birchbox, every month you'll get 5 beauty products, personalized to you.
Okay, so my first impression of it is kind of thin. It's not as thick, but the coverage is really, really good. See, that's really good coverage. Now, you have some people that wait for it to wait for their concealer to get soft. I don't. I like to go ahead and go straight in, especially while it's sticky, and I don't set it. I just go in with my color. So I'm gonna go in with this blue color right here. It's like I hope y'all can see it. It's really pretty. It's this blue color, and then I'm gonna go over top of it with this. So I'm gonna get a flat brush. I'm gonna use this flat elf brush. I should be, yeah, I'm gonna use this flat elf brush because I need to get it. Oh, well, no. I'm gonna use one of my other flat brushes. This one right here. No, I'm gonna use the elf brush because it's more thinner. Okay. And you just wanna pat your color on first. You just pat it. Okay, now you're gonna rub, okay? Okay, I'm gonna take that same brush that I used to smoke it out at the tip, and I'm just going to use this to fade the two. But now I'm going to go back into that first blue that I used, and I'm going to add it right in that area. So then it looks more like a transitioned fade. Do you see a transition fade? Okay, so in addition to that, I'm going to go over top of it with my Resolution Strobe highlighter. That's this right here. And you're going to see how it makes it stand out even more bolder. So I'm just going to rub across that highlight, and then I'm just going to go across all of that blue, and it makes it even more pigmented, and it kind of changes the color slightly, but very pretty. Just like that. Okay, so yes. Okay, boom. So now we're gonna go over to the other eye because we need to hurry up. I've been moving really slow. Okay, what time is it? What time is it? All of my devices. Okay, yeah, it's 10:30. All right. So let me go over. All right, you want to make sure that your cuts are even. So I like to look at them from afar. So sometimes I'll cut it and then I'll back up and look at my mirror, my big mirror, because right now I'm using a small one. Okay, perfect. Let me fix that. And then some tricks that I've learned is like if you aren't really good with creating a crease, put glitter over top of your line. So then even if it's not like a straight oval or whatever, what happens is then it gives it another look, but you're putting glitter where your line couldn't get, where you couldn't get your line straight. Just a little trick. Alright, I'm just patting that on and then now I'm about to rub. Below. Alright, now go in with that brush, fade it into, go into your blue, and add it right there. Go ahead and go over top of that with your highlight. Perfect, you guys. Look at that. Love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in and I'm going to smoke that out a little bit more. And as you can see, I use the henna, whatever it's called, henna. Let me put the highlight up. Should I put glitter? No, no glitter. Oh, hey, Nikita. I use the Revolution strobe, this right here. All right, so I'm going to smoke this out. I'm going to go back into that blue from my company, the I331 right here. And this is that navy blue. And I'm going to darken the back up. And this is a navy blue. Okay, boom. Now that I just smoked that out a little bit more, let me put that back in the packet. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and do the rest of our face. I already set my face with the primer. So only thing I have to do is now is go in with my foundation. So I'm going to use my 340 and 355. Now in the winter time, I can use 340 as my main foundation and 355 to darken it up. So that's what I'm about to do now. But in the summertime it's reversed. I have to use my 355 as the main, and I have to use my 340 to lighten it. And I'm using the Matte Fit Me Maybelline. And I think I've said this plenty of times before, but I'm going to state it again. I don't go under my eyes too far because I have creasing. So the less product, the better you'll have with your blending, and you don't have to worry about creasing. So if you feel like you have creasing underneath your eye, keep as little product as you can from underneath, so you don't use a lot of product underneath. And now I'm putting on that 355 to help darken it. Okay. I'm going to use one of my flat angle brushes right here, and this is one of the ones right here by my company as well. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right, and I'm just gonna push it into my skin, and then I'm gonna go around and buff it. So I'm pushing and rubbing at the same time. Okay, so now I need to get on my nose to cover up that. Ooh. To cover up all of that milk of magnesia that I use, because that's my most oily area. So I use that for that. I'm just going to add whatever is left on my brush. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few different highlights. I'm going to use the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 24-hour breathable long wear foundation to go underneath. Let me get you guys closer, because sometimes the lighting is much different when you're away. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, once all of that seep, you'll see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to use this to go underneath my eye as far as highlight. I love the applicable brush. right there. And that's another trick. If you never or don't have concealer, you can always use a lighter color foundation to do your highlight. It's just the same. You already use foundation, so why not go over top with a lighter color foundation to highlight? It's nothing to it. And then down my nose, forehead. And that's it. All right, so I'm going to take another one of my brushes, but this one right here is the angle one right here. And I'm going to use this one to push it into my skin. And I'm just pushing that into my skin. If you want to get a straight line, just go as close as you can and create as straight as you can. All on my forehead, and as you can see, I'm pushing it into my skin. Okay. One thing I do love about that foundation is it smells amazing. It smells like so girly. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline New York concealer, and this is in the color Sand Stable. And I am going to apply that right over top, just right there, to get that lightness that I like when I'm doing my highlight. All right. I'm going to take that same brush that I used and I'm going to push this in, starting from the bottom of the triangle. And you see it gives me that perfect highlight. All on your forehead. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and I'm going to do my setting. Now, when I do my setting, I use a few different highlighters. You can look at my previous videos, but I show you guys that I mix them. So I use a Sacha Buttercup first. And then I add into that the Ruby Kisses HD Set and Forget 16 Hour. Thank you. So I go in with that. And then right after that, I go in with the e.l.f. So I do a mixture into an empty jar, which is my old empty jar. And this is it right here. So that's the mixture of all three of the ones that I showed you. And I just apply them over top of all the places where I did the highlight, as you can see. And you just push it because you want it to soak in. You just push it all into your skin, all in every spot that you used your concealer, all on the side of your nose. And then you go back in and you just dust it up my nose and all on my forehead. All right, so that is that part. Then over top of that, I go in with a pressed powder, and I like to go in with the 230 because I love to add a highlight, to make it boost a little bit. So I use pressed powder, and I just take, and this is Fit Me pressed powder in the number 230, and I just add that right underneath. I'm going to go a little lighter. I'm going to do the 130. And this is how I get a even brighter highlight. Now, until you learn how to use the cream color highlights, I do teachings, one-on-ones. So if you want a one-on-one, I can teach you exactly what I do. But if you want a lighter color highlight because you don't know how to use the creams first, you can always just go in with a pressed powder that's a few shades lighter. It's just that simple. It's not hard. Okay, so that part is done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into do my contour. I'm going to do a little bit of blush, not a lot at all. Now, as far as contour, I use a few different palettes. This one right here is my Ulta Beauty. And then I'm also going to use my Black Radiance. And I'm going to go into the side. Now, you can do cream contour, and then go over and set with powder, depending on how you want your makeup to turn out. Like if you go in with your cream first and you go over with your powder, it gives you a more broader contour. But if you just want something basic to define certain parts where you don't know how to do the cream, the difference between the two, let me explain, because some people don't know the difference between the two. If you go in with the cream, you have to have really good blending skills, because if you don't, the cream gets stuck exactly where you put it. So if you don't have really good blending skills, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up with really dark contour, and it doesn't blend too good with all the rest of your makeup. You want everything to come together. So if you are not really good, I would say stay away from cream stuff, which is cream concealers, so on and so forth, and stick with the powders. Now, the only difference with that is if you don't do it really well, you'll end up, or if you overdo it, you'll end up looking powdery. You'll end up looking you'll get this I can't describe it, but you'll get this look that you don't want. If you ever seen someone who put on powder foundation without using a liquid underneath, you'll see they look powdery. You don't want to look powdery, so you have to make sure that you're taking your time to blend. If you don't like to blend, I don't recommend you do this, because either way you have to do really good blending. So I'm going to go into my contour palette, and I'm just going to go there, up, here. All right, so that's where you want to go. Okay, so here and buff, circular motions. And this is my contour. This is my contour brush, Small Contour by Sephora. And you want to buff all around your hairline. Boom. That's where you're going to go, okay? Make sure that you're buffing in a circular motion. Okay? Same thing on this side, there and there. You want to buff. Circular motion. Okay, I like to take the remainder of what's on my brush and go down the sides of my nose to contour my nose. It's not that I hate my nose, it's just I love the way that it looks, with making it have a more straight defined line. Go up into your brow, You don't have to. It's just something that I like to do. Take that brush that you use for your foundation and you want to buff everything, to blend everything together. Okay, so now that I'm done with that contour, the first contour palette, which was my Black Radiance palette, now I'm going to go in with my palette right here. I'm going to go in with the darkest color right there, and that's also going to help make it more broader. Down underneath my chin, and that helps make the face look automatically slimmer. Can you tell the difference? Same thing on this side. Boom. All right, so let's put that away. Let's add a tiny teeny bit of blush. I'm going to use the Beauty Benefits blush, and this is in, I don't know this color, but this is the color right here. Just a tiny bit. I'm not a blush girl, so, but it helps in the wintertime to give you a little color. Okay, let's put that away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little blender right here, and I'm going to go underneath, right here, underneath my contour line. And that helps bring that contour out even more because now it's distinct. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up the top of my face. So I'm going to just use this palette right there, and I'm going to spray my face. Hold on. All right, I'm going to spray my face, but I don't want to spray my eyes. Now I'm going to spray my eyes. Okay, now that we're partially dry, I'm going to take another brush, which is this brush right here, and this is a little fading brush, and I'm going to apply my highlight while my face is still slightly wet. I'm going to do a gold highlight first. And this one right here is the all over bronzing glow. That one. So now I'm going to use my hard candy, and I'm going to use that color right there in the middle. I'm going to take another brush, and I'm going to add some highlight underneath my brow, on my brow bone. So I'm going to use that same highlight and just go right over top of that highlight. Okay, it feels like my lights is still a little too bright. Okay, because I want you guys to get the full effect of this look, because it is like amazing. Okay, so now that that part is all done, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little tiny bit more highlight because it's not as bold as I want it to be. Let me put all of my dirty brushes in my jar. And okay. All right, now let me add, let me see, maybe it's these lights. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's good lighting. Okay, so now let me use that same brush and add a little bit more highlight, just a little bit. On my nose and my forehead. Now I'm going to take another brush, the one that I use for my foundation, and I'm just going to push that so that I can blend it a little bit more. Because you don't want to be all highlighted, you know. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to go underneath my eyes with a tiny bit more powder. Baby, I'm pretty much done. With a tiny bit more powder. And this is pretty much making underneath my eyes stand out a little more bolder. Okay. All right, so now that that part is done, now we can apply lashes. Now, you guys, I was going to go bold, but not too bold. So I'm going to apply these lashes right here. Yeah, I'm going to apply these lashes right here that I have in front of me. Let me do my under eye. So I'm going to take that blue color that was there, and I'm just going to apply it underneath, which was that smoky blue. Just like that. And now I'm going to do my mascara, and y'all, I like moles. So just 3. Just three. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Duo Lash Glue. Where is my tweezers? I'm going to use my little lady. Okay, so now let me grab up the lash, and I'm going to apply that Duo glue to this lash. So then while I'm putting my mascara, and this is the Duo glue with the little brush. Oh man, I gotta hurry up. With the little brush, so I'm gonna use this one right here, and I'm going to apply it all on the top of the lash right there, so that while I'm applying my mascara, I don't have to worrying about this. I can put that on as soon as it's ready. So now I'm going to use the mascara, which is the e.l.f. and this is the Volume Plumping Mascara. And this one right here, I like to use this one in reference to just the way that it is. It's like, it's amazing, you guys. I need to get my music back on. All right, so I'm gonna apply that to the bottom lash.
A loan builder loan can help keep things running. Marina VA used Loan Builder to help bridge cash flow gaps,
A lot of people don't, and I say this every time I go live, a lot of people don't use mascara on their bottom lashes, and when I ask why in my makeup classes, they say, because I don't have any bottom lashes. And I tell them, yes, they do. They don't know they do because they don't apply mascara. Okay, now that it's tacky, it pretty much looks like it's nothing on the lash. I am going to go ahead and apply it. So I like to take my hand and pull this over, close my eyes slightly, and apply it right in the middle first. If it's sticking to my, okay. Apply to the middle. Apply the middle first. Y'all, this is what happened every time I go live. Okay. Apply it in the middle. And then take it and apply it on the, apply the edges. Just use your hand. That makes sense. But I can't see with my fingers. And then push it. Y'all, I cannot see. That's not right. You got to do it right. If you don't do it right, don't do it at all. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other side because yeah, I still have to change my shirt, y'all. Through mountains and valleys. All right. His joy is refreshing. Restores my... So you can clean up your mess while you wait. That's what you can do. All right. So you are black. You always have color. What do you mean? Hello. What do you mean? I always have color at the bottom? Nikita, are you talking about color at the bottom? Yeah, I really like this look. This is like so pretty. Okay. Okay. Boom. Boom. One lash is on. Okay. Oh. I know, right? I don't never like really add blush. I don't know. Some people just overdo the blush and it gave me a bad idea about blush, so I'm not really a blush girl. But I do have some blush palettes. Yes, I do. It has to be a certain kind of blush though. I like the like the reddish kind. You do? Do you do it all the time or just sometimes? Now, I can't tell y'all what lashes these are because these are lashes that I've used before. So I usually throw away the bag. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay. So once that dries a little bit, I'm going to use some mascara to add to it to blend my lash with the lash. So the only thing is, Nikita, is like these all the time. Oh, wow. See, I don't ever use blush. The only thing about going live here is the you have to really see the screen, because it's like the comments come up so quick and then they disappear. Alrighty, y'all. How about we got it this time? How about that? Okay, so my eye is getting extremely watery. Use a Q-tip. Okay, boom. So now while that is waiting, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our lips. You guys, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm going to do a nude lip. So I'm going to go in with my first color, and this is my lipstick line as well, and this is my color called Rum Cake. So it's like a brown. I'm going to use that to line the lips. I should just do a brown lip. What do y'all think? Do y'all think I should do? No, I'm not. Then I have my other color, and this one is called Nudist. And this is my lip line as well, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. Now, I like to overline just a tad bit. It gives you a fuller looking lip. And then I'm going to use this Nudist again. Okay, y'all, gotta go. Bye.